The TS-E 24mm f3.5 L2 is the second generation of Canon's tilt-shift wide-angle prime lens, made to shoot interior design and products, offering perspective control over the lines of the composition. You see, when shooting architecture from the ground level, pointing the camera up makes the line seem to be falling over the vanishing point, making for triangular shapes that hide some of the elegance found on balanced architectural lines. The solution would be to shoot parallel to the horizontal columns, but that's not always possible. Most of us simply doesn't have a 10-meter crane to shoot every day. So another solution is to optically compensate for the vanishing point, moving the lens relatively to the image sensor, thus introducing a counter distortion to keep the line straight, called a shift movement. Another use comes from tilt. Instead of keeping the image plane parallel to the focus plane, tilting the focus plane can make its in-focus appearance change, effectively dealing with the depth of field without changing the aperture. Thus, one can tilt the image plane in parallel to the subject, making it appear all in focus, or even against the subject, reducing the depth of field for creative out-of-focus effects, like the miniature effect, not messing with the aperture. So this Canon TS-E offers both movements, with this new Mark II offering even rotational movements to independently use both tilt and shift at the same time, and a larger rendering area to keep the image quality intact even on the extreme tilt and shift adjustments. At 88 by 107mm of 780 grams of mostly metals, the first thing we notice on the TS-E 24L Mark II are the knobs and tabs, used to control the special tilt and shift movements. Just as any other L series, we're expecting high-grade build quality and usability, and Canon delivers both. This is a pro-level equipment made dependable for a lifetime of photography. The all-metal body is incredibly precise. Both movements are smooth and well damped, even after years of operation. The knobs and tabs are plastic, made not to get cold when used outdoors, and actually somewhat fragile. It is recommended that you keep good care of your lenses, as these cost a fortune to fix in case of damage. The locking knobs are also plastic, and even more fragile, despite being easy to use. It is possible to lock the lens axis at each 45 degrees, and work creatively with both tilt and shift. At the front, the larger than usual manual focusing ring also showcases a fundamental difference of tilt-shift lenses, as these are manual focusing only. Notice this is not an EF lens, it's a TS-E that stands for tilt-shift electronic. Only the aperture is automatic, the focus is all manual. The ring itself is smooth and precise, sporting printed distance, and the focusing is all internal, make for precision, better protecting the overall mechanism. And finally, at the front, the 82mm filter thread is excellent to avoid flaring, sitting well around a smaller f3.5 optical group. The kit includes a carrying pouch and a lens hood, typical of the L series. And at the rear, the metal mount sends EXIF data to the camera, also adding a rubber gasket for yet another layer of weather sealing. Overall, this is a true engineering marvel, made for precision adjustments for high-precision photography. The target market of the L series, made better for the tilt-shift segment. And as we'll see on the image quality, it just doesn't fail to impress optically. This was the best 24mm prime lens from Canon, being surpassed in resolution only by an even higher end zoom 24-70mm f2.8L Mark II. With a 16 elements in 11 groups optical formula, sporting aspherical and UD elements, and Canon's newer at the time sub-wavelength coding to enhance clarity, contrast and reducing flaring. What the TS-E 24 f3.5 Mark IIL delivers optically is excellent, made for high-precision editorial shots of interior design. There's absolutely nothing to complain here. No visible chromatic aberration, no visible axial aberration, no geometric distortion, and immaculate flaring resistance. The resolution is high across the frame, as this is not a very extreme large aperture prime, and just some corner vignetting occurs when comparing f3.5 to f8 files. This performance was surpassed only by the near-flawless Zoom EF 24-70mm f2.8 Mark II, that offers a hair better corner resolution, even f2.8. Despite the visible geometric and chromatic aberrations, that simply doesn't occur on the tilt shift. So this level of performance is great to work with ambient light that is harder to adjust and control when shooting fast-paced commercial shots, when we can't really adjust the ambient at will. Think about quickly shooting a large quantity of shots on a budget client. This level of performance is great for the opposite, to creatively position the light source within the frame, as the flaring is non-existent, great for high contrast imagery. And this level of performance is perfect for product shots or art archival, being near exclusive on the lineup. So this is the TS-E 24mm f3.5 L2. Unmatched build quality, unmatched flexibility, unmatched image quality, mandatory for professional kits. It's one of those lenses that really doesn't require recommendations. If you need one, you have one. But those over the fence about its price and features, make no mistake, this is the real deal. It's a pleasure to always have it with you, so nice shooting!